Alright, so today I'm going to be making a couple of skull flag chrome. Now, chrome is really hard to when you go to install it, you peel back your transfer tape. A lot of customers have a problem getting the actual vinyl off of the transfer tape. So what I decided to start doing is just adding a piece of clear underneath the chrome. I kind of feel like that chrome is kind of meant to accent another vinyl other than standalone. So these are going to be 5 by 4 inches big. And I'm gonna make 2 of them. So this is my clear, and this is actual Oracle vinyl. It's just transparent. I'm trying to peel it off here. I mean, it's like transfer tape, and then that'll sit on top of that. Now you want to do the same thing you do with 2 different colors or 3 different colors, and you add your crop boxes, and I'll show you how I do that in the computer. And then on top of this job, I've got the same design a customer wants in red, and same size, 5 by 4. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut off. I'm gonna make them. They ordered 3 of them, but I'm gonna make them 4. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a, let's see, 5, 10. So I'm gonna do about a 12-inch piece of the red. Okay, and then I just got to get my cutting mat. All right. So the red, I've already got the job set up on the computer. The red's gonna go first. Yeah. Now this cutting mat's pretty old, pretty used, so the adhesive underneath's getting pretty light. So I always just take my roller, just kind of help to push that down a little bit. And now I can either cut the chrome or the clear first. Doesn't really matter. When I do that in my Cameo software, it'll show, like, you go to your fill section, and I'll show you that in the computer, but you got to choose which one you're cutting. Now when I'm doing the chrome, I could cut everything, even the offset, which I usually do it that way just to save confusion. Alright, so let's go ahead and put this, I'm gonna go ahead and put on a 13 mark, and then I've got 13 to 20 inches to work with. This is should be a 7-inch piece. Now, even though the decal is 5 inches long, I made the piece 7 inches to account for those crop marks. Yeah, exactly 7 inches. Okay, so that's ready to go. And we'll get on the software, we'll initialize the cut, load the job, and then go from there. Alright, so this is that chrome job. Now, what I've done here is I've created the actual image, and then this is your offset. This part's going to be the clear vinyl. This will be the chrome. The colors really don't matter that much right now, because the machine doesn't look at it as color, it looks at it as shape. So up here, these are the red ones. And even though these got the blue line, they're black, same design, so I'm going to just cut those. When this comes out, it'll be red, so it doesn't matter. Now, remember, I had that at 13 inches down to, I believe, 23. Yeah, because it was 7 inches. So, let's see, 7. What do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Down to the 20-inch mark, sorry. But I've added these 2 crop marks. And then I've got I turned the offset blue, so this way when I send the job, I won't touch these ones up here, but I will go to, let's change your whatever you're going to cut it at, I've got my own custom one here, Oracle one. Change that first, because then when you go to your fill, if you don't change that, you're going to have to do it individually up here. Alright, so everything will cut. Now see how that box, my weed boxes aren't checked, so I'm going to check that. Okay, now down here, you know, I just realized something, but where I've got the blue and the blue down here, hang on a sec, I'm going to go ahead and change that to, let's do green. Okay. Let's go back to our send. Alright, so okay, so now we see how that's green now up here and that blue. So that just gave myself more work to have that blue in there, but that's fine. Make it one solid color to make it easier for you guys if you want. But that has to be cut, so that blue check mark will be checked. The only ones we're concerned about are these ones right here. So now I have the chrome on there first, so we don't want that design cut out of that. Actually, we do. So that offset doesn't need to be cut out of it, is what I'm saying. So we're going to go ahead and uncheck that green. Okay. Now everything will cut. The skull, the crop marks, the up here you got your weed lines, you got the skull, you got your blue. Everything's going to cut. So when I send this through, it's going to cut everything but that offset here. And that's why now if I check this box here, it would cut that offset with it. And that, you could do that, give yourself like a kind of a weed line, but not necessary. And then I'll send, once my job that's running now, I'll send that. It'll cut, and then I'll load up the clear, and all we'll cut is the crop marks and that offset. Okay. Alright, so here I'm just going to be doing the weeding on the chrome. And you got to be careful not to scratch it up. I usually try to just grab these stars all in one pass if I can, but this chrome's a little bit of a pain. Actually, it's not for weeding, but I'll show you why once I get these stars out of here. Okay. I'm going to do the teeth. See, and I just kind of stab the edges. And you always want to go smallest piece to biggest piece when you're doing it this way. Okay, there's the first one. Good to go. Same thing over here. I've done this design so many times that weeding is just so easy with this one for me, but usually I've got my pre-cut weed lines in here, but where I use that one with the blue line in it, actually, you know what, I didn't use that for this. That one had the weed lines. That's in the red. In that pack of red ones I got. see how everything just comes right up. Just rock it a little bit if you need to. Okay, I just got the teeth and the stars, and then I'll show you how I put it on the clear. Alright, so here we are back to the... Now we need to do the clear for the chrome skull. So I've already got these cut, so I don't need those. And the piece I've got loaded, I've got a 12-inch mat, but it's okay to leave this set at the 24-inch. It's not going to matter. Okay, so now all we need to cut is the green layer and the crop marks up here. So if you want, you can get rid of the other stuff. That's fine. Might make it easier, but I'm going to leave it just to show you. So when you send it, you're in your fill up here. You go to fill. Now we don't want the black, so we're going to uncheck that, and we want to keep the green, so we're going to check that. We've got the red checked for the crop marks, and that's it. That's all you need. So let's go ahead and hit send on there. I'll run it, and then I'll film the weeding. All right, so here are my clear pieces, and I'm going to go ahead and weed these really quick. Sorry if my hands are in the way. These will go pretty fast because there's not a lot of little detailed parts to have to worry about. Just make sure you keep those crop marks in there. Can't stress that enough. I don't know how many times I do this and accidentally peel those out. I'm just so used to the decals without them. Okay, so that's already done. Alright, next thing I want to do is throw the transfer tape on the chrome. Now I'm going to use a little bit of a heavier tack, well, a medium tack. Let me just get my scrap piece here. Alright, let's see, we've got enough there? Yep, okay. Just gonna drop this down. You wanna go light with your squeegee before you give it too much pressure. Once you got it on there, then you can give a little more pressure. Go ahead and clean up these edges. One of these crop marks is really close to the edge, but even if I had to cut part of it off, that'd be fine. The main thing is like the bottom portion of them. And everything looks good. Now another thing I do with these, I'll come over here to my laminator. I'll throw them in there. Kind of roll them through, and that helps to give it more of an even pressure on the sticker to the transfer tape. All right, now remember I was talking about watching those crop marks. You see anything missing here? Yeah. So we're gonna do this one first. Let's make sure that's on there. Yep. Okay, so that's gonna come up nice. That laminator is really nice. So what I do is I come up past where the crop marks are, and then I just trim off that tape or that paper. So that's what you have there. See. All right. Now you just come over here and you just eyeball these crop marks together as best as you can. And right there. Okay. Now this is really important when you're doing different colors. Like they got to be exact. Where this one, I've got a little wiggle room where this skull could be off just a bit, but we're still going to treat it like it has to be precise. Okay, so just slowly pull that back, and if you notice any pieces that want to stay on the paper, you can drop it down, just kind of rub your fingernail over it, or squeegee, however you want to do it. This one's on there really good. Okay. All right, next thing I want to do, let's put that squeegee on that one. I'm just gonna slowly lay it down and kind of put my fingers over here and just push on the metal a little bit. Boom, there it goes. A little bit of pressure, a little bit of pressure, and then a lot of pressure. Okay. All right, let's get this next one. Now this one has that missing crop mark, but that's fine for me. Anybody doing this without experience, just keep in mind that that's really important. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and line that crop mark up, and I'm gonna just kind of assume, well, what I do is I kind of pick this up and look at that pattern underneath, make sure they're gonna line up. Yeah, I think that's fine. I think we're good there. Okay. Flip that over, do the same thing. Slowly pick it up. Make sure, and that chrome will tear. It won't, like, it just tears off if you pull it too hard. Okay, same thing. Just slowly down with your finger, and that went on perfect. Like, I mean, that's just as good as if that crop mark was on there. So this is how I do chrome, because like I said, if you're putting on chrome onto a surface with no clear backing or anything, it's just so hard to get back up off of the transfer tape. I can do it because I've done a million of them, but when you get a customer that maybe they bought it as their first decal, they're not going to understand all the little weird things you got to do to make it work. So that just makes it easier. I also do the same thing with, I have a design that's a eagle inside an American flag. A lot of little details, little hairs. Thing is a nightmare to install. So on the smaller ones, like the 5x4 or 6x4s, I'll do the same thing. I'll put that clear backing. I don't know if you can see that clear backing on there, but yeah, that's going to be a lot easier for the customer. Okay, well, I hope this was helpful. I know I've got a similar video, but I was doing some of these, figured I'd film it. Let me know what you guys think, and until the next one.